Guilty. That's the verdict from the jury in the Daniel Riley case. What Janae Edmondson said when she took the witness stand.
Showers this morning, but a few storms this afternoon. I'm going over the timeline.
It's time to change your clock and replace your smoke alarm batteries. Safety tips from firefighters after a deadly start to the year.
The 60-vote threshold having been achieved, the bill is passed.
The U.S. Senate passes the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, the next steps for the bill, and what it means for North County families.
1 month from today, the moon will block out the sun. The best spots in the bi-state to see the great American eclipse.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
We begin on this Friday morning with a live look at Interstate 270. This is south near Kirkwood and Fenton. This is from the Storm Tracker, checking out the roads out there. Some of the roads so far have been wet, some a little bit drier, but eventually you're going to probably get some water on yourself and on your car and on your wheels and everything else, so be careful. Good morning. It is Friday, March the 8th. I'm Renee Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. We just want to say thanks for joining us, including those of you who might be catching us on 5+. And let's go ahead and start with our weather. You know, as Rennie said, you might get, what did you say?
A little wet.
Water
little
on
wet
your
out there
wheels,
today.
on your car, in your ears.
Water everywhere.
In your shoes. I don't know. Sorry, Tracy.
You know, I think I'd love to see Rennie do the weather sometime. I think
No, you don't.
amount of descriptions he can use for how people will get rained on will be something to watch. All right, so we do have this rainfall outside right now, and it's continuing to track through. We have that heavier rain that's further down to our south. That is making its way into us. We're also going to have a few storms with this too. We bring it in closer. You can see it's very light rainfall out there for some areas, though. The further to the south you are, the more likely you are seeing heavier rain showers. It is overcast. It's going to be overcast throughout the day today. Temperature-wise, it is in the mid-50s. Paul, how are the roads?
We are wet. You know what? Water on the car, water on you means water on the roads. So yeah, just put that emoji with the up real high here. Yes, we are moving though. We're going to take a look here at one of our cameras from MoDOT, and we are looking west. The cars here at Big Bend, 6440 coming at us at Big Bend. Those are going close to downtown. We're seeing a little bit of a shine out there, but no slip sliding around, and we're going to keep a close eye on that. Also construction, we've talked a lot about it this morning here in Jefferson County. This is on 55, moving north there at 61 and 67. Another ticket traffic coming your way soon, guys.
She said to me that day, "Mom, please make sure he doesn't get out. Don't let him do this to anyone else."
After an emotional day of testimony and victim impact statements from Janae Edmondson and her family, a St. Louis jury finds Daniel Riley guilty.
Travis Cummings is joining us live outside the Carnahan Courthouse with more on the verdict and also what's next, Travis.
Michelle and Rennie, good morning to you. This morning, Daniel Riley awaits sentencing. Last night, about 6:30, just before, a jury found him guilty on 4 of 5 counts. His family was pretty shaken up by this. Edmondson's family, on the other hand, they were stressed up until this point, but when that guilty plea, those counts was read, they were relieved at the conclusion of that. Let's get our eyes into the courtroom last night. Here's some video that we shot for you. The jury deliberated for just over 3 hours before returning the verdict around 6:30 last night. The decision came just over a year after the crash and after 3 days of testimony. This week we heard from Janae Edmondson, her mother and father, who were all in town for a volleyball tournament at the time of that crash. The accident left Janae pinned between cars, causing her to lose both of her legs. Mind you, she was an athlete. She was the last witness called to the stand for the prosecution and explained to the jury she can no longer do the simple things like walk or shower standing up.
I wake up in the morning every day and I'm immediately reminded of what happened. And I never want anyone to experience the pain, the sadness, and the helplessness I felt. But one positive I have gained from this journey is my faith in Jesus.
Yeah, she's staying pretty strong there. Now, Daniel Riley and his attorneys did not make a final comment on this. He is looking at about 19 years in prison that the jury decided. The final say is up to the judge, who will make that decision on April 18th at a hearing then. We're live in downtown St. Louis. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Travis. St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore released this statement after the verdict, saying, quote, Daniel Riley showed complete disregard for human life in the decisions he made to get behind the wheel of a car without a driver's license and recklessly ignored the speed limit and the traffic signs. Gore will hold a press conference on the verdict this morning at 10 o'clock. You can find more of our coverage right now on KCK.com, including Janae's full testimony and victim impact statement. Scan the QR code on your screen and we will send you a link.
Olivet police are investigating what led to a deadly shooting Thursday morning. Officers were called to a home on Huron Drive around 7:30 and found a woman shot. She died a short time later, but police are not releasing her name. They do say there is no threat to the public. This morning, local victims of radioactive contamination are now one step closer to getting federal compensation. The Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, or RECA, is now moving forward. Sydney Stallworth is joining us live in North County with more on Thursday's vote and why local advocates are really calling this a victory, Sydney.
Michelle, that's exactly right. This morning, we do know that the U.S. Senate has passed RECA. It's now moving on to the House. Now, this bill lays out plans to compensate people living here in North County and other areas of the country that say that they are victims of radioactive contamination. And we're here live at the Hazelwood School District headquarters because at the center of this push was the discovery of contamination at Jana Elementary School, dating all the way back to World War II and nuclear bomb materials. Now, the Senate passed this bill with a vote of 69 to 30. The bill calls on lawmakers to write St. Louis and other parts of the country where residents are impacted by contamination into the existing RECA law. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley has been spearheading this push along with Just Moms STL, a local advocacy group pushing for accountability from the federal government, cleanup and compensation for radiation victims. Now, according to Hawley's office, the bill could cost around $50 billion, but Hawley argues the federal government should step up to cover this cost. The co-founder of Just Moms STL calls yesterday's vote a major win.
I'm pretty sure there wasn't a dry eye in that place because hope is all we have right now. We've had people telling us it's never going to go, it's never going to go, and here we are again moving those mountains.
Now, in our morning rush out coming up in our next half hour, I'll have more on Senator Josh Hawley's message for the House and our local representative who says she's backing this bill. But for now, live in North County, I'm Sydney Stallworth, 5 on your side.
Looks dry out there right now for where Sydney is, but some of us are seeing showers, and we're going to have those showers stick with us for most of the day today. And if it's not raining where you are yet, it will be soon. We are going to have our entire coverage area in rain by about 8 a.m. here through 10 a.m. into lunchtime. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s. We will warm up into the low 60s later on this afternoon. I do expect a couple of storms as well for the afternoon and into the evening. Now tonight, I expect that rain to wrap up. It's going to stay overcast, but we will see a shift in the winds. Think of it, the winds of change, blowing in some cooler conditions. You're certainly going to feel that. Winds out of the north at 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts to 25. That means that 40 degrees is going to feel much cooler than that. It's mostly going to feel in the 30s for us overnight tonight. Our sunset is at 6:02. Coming up, I'll outline what you can expect through next week, which does have a nice little warm up for it, and I'll go over your weekend temperatures.
Road work ahead. The major MoDOT construction project starting today along Interstate 55.
And firefighters are sharing some advice as we spring forward this weekend, how you can make sure fire safety doesn't get put on the back burner.